Within the complex dance of human relationships, the connection between a narcissist and an empath is among the most fascinating and, occasionally, catastrophic exchanges. One feeds off attention and thrives on control while the other is profoundly sensitive and tuned to the emotional needs of people around them. These two personality types seem to be on opposing ends of the emotional spectrum. When a narcissist pushes an empath too far, however, the result can be startling and surprising, exposing frequently counterintuitive facts about human resilience, boundaries, and emotional survival that challenge received knowledge. One must first realize who these two people are at their heart if one is to appreciate how such a conflict arises. An inflated sense of self-importance and a ravenous craving for praise drive a narcissist. Often at the detriment of others, their world centers around their ego. Although they could seem self-assured, their self-esteem is brittle and needs continual affirmation to preserve their inflated self-image. Often involving deception, dishonesty, and a lack of empathy for those around them, their strategies for keeping control and asserting authority also reflect these elements. Conversely, on this emotional range is the empath. Highly sensitive people with amazing capacity to perceive and absorb the emotions and energies of others are empaths. Often sacrificing their own needs, their natural instinct is healing, helping, and caring for others. Although their compassion and generosity are lovely gifts, they also expose themselves to those who would like to use these qualities, that is, narcissists. There is almost magnetic attraction when these opposites collide. Sensing a possible source of limitless affirmation and attention, the narcissist is lured to the warmth and desire to offer of the empath. The empathetic senses the narcissist's charm, confidence, and frequently captivating personality, and develops a strong need to help or cure the scars that might lurk under their apparently self-assured surface. At first, the connection could seem ideal since the narcissist offers the empath meaning and significance, while the sympathizer voluntarily showers the narcissist with the praise they need. But under this superficial harmony sits the germ of a coming storm. The mismatch in the partnership starts to weigh strongly on the empath over time. Often emotionally absent, narcissists simply give their own needs and wants top priority. They hardly give the emotional toll their activities cause to other people any thought. The narcissist ravenously takes more and more without returning in any significant manner, as the empathetic keeps pouring their vitality into the connection. For the empath, this causes emotional tiredness. She starts to feel depleted, underappreciated, even used. Still, this is insufficient for the narcissist. Power and control are what they live on. As the empath starts to wither under the weight of the one-sided relationship, the narcissist typically picks on their conduct. They might use subtle emotional abuse, therefore undermining the empath's self-esteem and making them feel as though they are constantly in the wrong, or they might utilize gaslighting, in which case they manipulate the empath into challenging their own reality. At this juncture, many would anticipate the sympathetic person, known for their compassion and tolerance, to fall apart or retreat totally. But what usually occurs is even more unexpected. Though soft and friendly, the sympathizer is not weak. Actually, their great emotional ability results in a secret strength the narcissist usually ignores. Something inside the empath breaks when pushed too far, though it is more like a breaking free than a collapse of the spirit. Having hit their emotional limit, the empathetic person starts to recognize the narcissist as who they really are. Blinded by their urge to heal or assist, the sympathizer comes to see that the narcissist cannot change, and that their needs can never be satisfied in this poisonous relationship. The insight is freeing as well as terrible. Always sensitive to the emotions of others, the empathetic turns that sensitivity inside and at last admits their own suffering, tiredness, and needs. The next thing generally shocks the narcissist. The continual source of approval, respect, and love, the empathetic starts to distance herself. But this is not the chilly, deliberate withdrawal a narcissist may employ. Rather, it marks an emotional awakening. Unlike the narcissist, the empathetic does not respond with bitterness or wrath. Rather, they merely stop providing for the narcissist's desire for attention. They object to playing the game. For the narcissist, this rapid change of power is confusing. Believing their emotional supremacy to be unchangeable, They have been able to manipulate and dominate the empath for so long. But the empath leaves flailing, yearning control when she distances herself. The narcissist might try charm, deception, or even threats to restore their power. But these strategies no longer work. Now totally conscious of their own value and the poisonous nature of the connection, the empath stays strong. Few people would have guessed this startling result. Once so giving and self-sacrificing, the sympathetic gains empowerment. They come to see that their strongest suit, not their weakest, empathy, kindness, and emotional sensitivity, are the precise qualities the narcissist aimed to leverage. The empath no longer feels compelled to fix or heal the narcissist with her increased awareness. They know that no amount of love or care can transform someone who is reluctant to alter themselves. Real healing comes from inside. For the narcissist, this is quite upsetting. They are meant to be the one in charge and the center of attention. But now they live in a reality they cannot control or charm their way out of. The empath no longer needs them. Actually, the narcissist's incapacity to sympathize or take care of others brings them down as they find themselves alone, deprived of the validation and respect they so sorely need. Not only does the narcissist but also people who see the relationship find this change of events incredulous. Once considered the less powerful party, the sympathizer shows to be the stronger, more resilient one. Having discovered the need of establishing limits and giving their own emotional well-being top priority, they leave the relationship not broken but rather stronger and wiser. The narrative does not stop there though. The narcissist often finds themselves repeating the same cycle with fresh victims, looking for people who would give the required adoration and attention, while the empathetic walks on. But the one who got away haunts them always, the one who saw through their front and turned away with their head held high. She refused to be broken. For the empath, the experience, though unpleasant, becomes a potent teaching in self-love and personal limits. They discover that although their talent for empathy is a gift, one that has to be safeguarded and developed, they will no longer let people who aim to take without providing deplete them. They now realize that real empathy entails taking care of oneself as well as of others. Consequently, the result of this apparently sad connection is ultimately transformation rather than hopelessness. Driven to their limits, the sympathizer finds a strength they never realized they possessed. And even if the narcissist might keep looking to others for approval, they come to recognize that ultimately the empathetic person has actual power. In this unexpected turn of events, self-awareness, resilience, and the capacity to distance ourselves from what no longer serves us define the true win instead of power or control. It is a lesson in the quiet strength of the empath, a strength that, when fully acknowledged, may destroy even the most sneaky of emotional bonds.
Navigating life with a self-absorbed spouse presents significant challenges, but there are strategies to mitigate the associated frustrations. This feature presentation reveals 9 astute methods to cope with a narcissistic wife. Stay engaged until the end. Method number 1 may be the transformative solution you have been seeking. At the outset, acknowledge and accept that your partner exhibits narcissistic traits. Identifying a narcissist can be complex, but certain indicators can provide clarity. Feelings of isolation within your relationship may signify her narcissism. Narcissistic spouses often isolate their partners from loved ones, gradually leaving them in a state of solitude. Be wary of the subtle erosion of your support network. Disparaging remarks about friends and family can plant seeds of doubt and alienation. Gaslighting is a common tactic, dismissing your valid concerns with phrases like, can't you take a joke? Or, that's not what I said. As you proceed, pay attention to changes in her behavior, especially regarding praise. A narcissistic wife may shower you with compliments in public to create an illusion of marital bliss, thereby bolstering her fragile ego. However, these accolades often disappear in private, reflecting a deeper need for validation and control. Be cautious of orchestrated displays of flirtation designed to provoke jealousy, a hallmark tactic of narcissists aiming to assert dominance. Additionally, a spouse's unwarranted anger at innocuous interactions, whether with acquaintances or even your own children, can signal underlying narcissism. Living with a narcissistic spouse entails enduring constant criticism. One of the most devastating blows may come when she questions your parenting abilities, insinuating that you fall short as a mother. Narcissistic partners often avoid parental responsibilities, while paradoxically blaming the other parent for any perceived shortcomings in child-rearing. Furthermore, they may disparage you to your support network, isolating you from potential sources of comfort and solidarity. In the journey toward resilience, cultivate a perpetual state of positivity. When faced with relentless attacks on your self-worth, maintaining a positive disposition can feel daunting. However, it is crucial to understand that the narcissistic mind operates differently, with its inflated self-image serving as a shield against deep-seated insecurities. The saying, "There's a thin line between love and hate," holds true. Many narcissists bolster their fragile egos by diminishing others. While the urge to retaliate may be strong, channeling positive energy and a radiant smile can be potent tools against their negativity. 7th, prepare for her intense reactions. Managing a self-centered spouse requires a delicate and nuanced approach, observing her behavior, engaging in open dialogue, and handling her selfish tendencies with care. A narcissistic spouse often perceives comments as personal attacks and exhibits excessive harshness towards others. Despite projecting confidence, their pride conceals fragile self-esteem. Therefore, refrain from criticism and adopt a gentle demeanor when expressing your thoughts. Teaching your self-absorbed partner effective communication techniques may foster a deeper connection during times of discontent. Navigating disagreements with a narcissist can be daunting. Familiarize yourself with their patterns of anger and discern when constructive feedback is appropriate. Should conflicts escalate, seek guidance from a qualified mental health professional or couples counselor to enhance communication skills and mitigate outbursts. 6th, appreciate her for who she is. Individuals with self-centered traits possess a knack for charm and charisma, often impressing with grandiose notions and achievements. However, observe their behavior beyond the spotlight. Dishonesty, manipulation, and disregard for others reveal their true character. Despite their lofty promises, a narcissistic personality prioritizes self-interest, making it unlikely they'll prioritize your needs. Initiating discussions on this matter may be met with resistance. If you found this article helpful, kindly leave a comment stating, "I subscribed," and we'll personally acknowledge your feedback. Number 5. Brace yourself for resistance. When confronting someone with narcissistic tendencies, anticipate pushback. Setting boundaries may trigger their counterdemands or attempts to manipulate you into feeling guilty or unreasonable. They might play the victim card to garner sympathy. Prepare to assert your perspective, as acquiescing will only undermine your credibility in future interactions. Number 4. Acknowledge your wife's narcissism. Recognizing narcissistic traits in your spouse is essential for understanding your dynamic. Signs of narcissism may include feelings of isolation, as narcissists often isolate partners from their support networks. They excel in this manipulation, casting doubt on your relationships and making you question your choices. They may disparage your loved ones to alienate you further. Gaslighting tactics like, "Can't you take a joke?" or "I never said that," are common. If your wife lavished you with compliments before marriage but now only does so in front of others, it may indicate narcissistic behavior. Seeking validation from others boosts her self-esteem and alleviates anxiety. You may become a target of her jealousy-inducing tactics. Have you observed her attempting to provoke jealousy or flirting with others in your presence? Such behavior often stems from her own insecurities. Even spending time with your children might trigger her jealousy and anger. If your partner is a narcissist, criticism may be a constant in your relationship. Perhaps the most hurtful critique could be questioning your abilities as a parent. Narcissistic spouses often prioritize their own needs over parenting responsibilities, yet readily shift blame onto the other parent for any perceived shortcomings in child-rearing. They may also tarnish your reputation by spreading negative remarks to family and friends, isolating you further from external support systems. Thirdly, identify her vulnerabilities. When navigating a relationship with a self-centered partner, understanding their triggers is key. Despite their outward displays of confidence, narcissists harbor insecurities, particularly regarding their sense of control. By appealing to what matters most to them, even amidst their anger or frustration, you may elicit a shift in perspective. Being married to a selfish individual can feel like an unpredictable journey through uncharted territory, stirring emotions you never imagined. Yet, amidst the challenges, maintaining love as your guiding principle is paramount. While some may opt for divorce in such circumstances, there are resilient individuals who weather the storms of a narcissistic relationship, finding fulfillment within their marriage. If you are committed to your partner, flexibility and second chances may be warranted. However, if reconciliation proves elusive, seeking guidance from a counselor can offer clarity on the health of your relationship for both parties involved. Number 2. Challenge the ego's narrative. Refuse to let the narcissistic narrative dictate your self-image. Your spouse's attempts to label you as lazy, selfish, or incompetent do not define you. Reject these falsehoods and assert your own agency. Recognize your strength and independence, and prioritize your well-being in every decision you make. Surround yourself with supportive allies who can provide perspective and solace during challenging times. Engage in activities that uplift you, whether it's spending quality time with your children or seeking guidance from trusted confidants. Number 1. Embrace self-deprecating humor. Amidst the frustrations of dealing with a narcissistic spouse, humor can be a powerful tool. Instead of succumbing to anger, maintain your composure and find amusement in the absurdity of the situation. Responding to their criticisms with light-hearted banter can disarm their hostility and defuse tension. By turning their negativity into a playful exchange, you not only assert your resilience but also challenge their dominance. Let laughter be your shield against their negativity, allowing you to navigate the complexities of your relationship with grace and wit. If you found this article helpful, consider exploring similar content by following the provided links. Don't forget to show your support by liking the article, signaling your interest in similar content.
Within the complex dance of human relationships, the connection between a narcissist and an empath is among the most fascinating and, occasionally, catastrophic exchanges. One feeds off attention and thrives on control, while the other is profoundly sensitive and tuned to the emotional needs of people around them. These two personality types seem to be on opposing ends of the emotional spectrum. When a narcissist pushes an